Okay. Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's mentorship meeting. We're going to focus on grammar for today. So the agenda for today is first interaction reminders, then tutor skills, going over grammar, breakout rooms, reminders, and ending with questions. We're skipping introductions today because a lot of the mentorship team cannot come today. So we're going to start with first interaction reminders. We already went over this a couple of times, so I'm going to try to just zoom through it. So get to know your students, pretty obvious. Just spend lots of time to know them, clarify learning objectives and your expectations, talk about the syllabus and explain expectations for their behavior. Give advice to students for future success. That's pretty simple. And finally, take notes about the topics your students want to focus on to use when making lesson plans. So tutor skills. So we're going to talk about 5 must-have skills for a tutor, which is you guys. So one is patience, which is the ability to remain calm and respectful. You guys are teaching people who don't have a full understanding of a specific topic, so they're not going to understand everything you guys teach them at first. So it's your job to make sure the student understands. 2 is positivity. Positivity can make the difference between a motivated student and an unmotivated one. Always give students praise, emphasize their strong points, and encourage them to challenge themselves. 3 is empathy. Some people naturally enjoy learning while others could enjoy learning more if they had the perfect match. That's why showing compassion towards students who struggle with learning and retaining information is so important. Empathy can motivate tutors to remain dedicated to their students. 4 is technical knowledge, which is one's level of understanding about a subject or procedure. You guys should have an appropriate level of technical expertise to help your students master and advance in particular subject or skill area. You don't want to be tutored by someone who doesn't know anything about the thing you want to learn. Finally, active listening. This includes taking notes, maintaining eye contact, nodding, and interjecting dialogue when appropriate. This not only helps the student feel heard and valued, but it also helps the tutor determine the best way to help them. So always keep 2 ears open.
So for grammar, grammar is important because it explains the form and structures of words. It's essential when interacting with other people as to not be confusing. Understanding of grammar helps decrease errors in putting thoughts into words. It helps convey an imprecise meaning and if you don't have an understanding of grammar, you convey an imprecise meaning and you lack in formality in writing and speech, which often leads to bad impressions on others. And proper grammar often has to be instilled early in English learning. So for elementary grammar, it's a lot of basics introductions. So key points include SVO, the subject, verb, object, sentence formatting, where a sentence usually starts with a verb, a subject, then a verb, and then the object receiving the action. Tense is another topic where and like changes in tense between subjects, like I eat lunch versus she eats lunch. Aspects which describe the nature of an action, simple, perfect, progressive, and perfect progressive, plural forms that have irregular and regular forms, parts of speech like pronouns, verbs, adjectives. In activities with elementary level grammar, you can fill in the blank grammar Mad Libs. You can watch and listen to English dialogue and have the student point out usage of specific parts of speech. Make sure to use a lot of visuals, present educational videos, graphic organizers, lead student into learning a grammar skill, and have them theorize rules from texts before applying them to check if they're correct. I noticed in the chat you asked, how should we teach conjugation for tenses? With certain like verbs like to be, you can show like different conjugations depending on like the subject to be is like the hardest one, but like other than that, most of the time the differences in verbs like is usually just like an S. So like in that case is it's like regular versus irregular. Sorry, I said that weirdly, but like regular would be the one where the verb would end in an S for different subjects, and like irregulars would be like I am, she is, and to be. If you want more like specifics on like teaching verb conjugations, there's definitely I'll make sure to add more resources to the curriculum. I'm sorry, I can't really describe it more aptly on the spot. But moving on to middle grammar. So middle grammar is definitely going to be the most like hefty tier of the grammar teaching because it introduces a lot of like the 8 parts of the speech, like nouns, verbs, adjectives, stuff like that. And it's more like you're kind of developing a mastery of it. It's not a full mastery, that's more high school level. So it's introduction to like punctuation, quotation, stuff like that. So punctuation, the 8 parts of speech, and identifying the functions of words in a sentence, and more like formatting of different sentences and kind of following that. And activities with middle grammar include like regularly performing reading activities with the student, and matching games where you can apply more synonyms, parts of speech, or new words with their definitions. And high school grammar, it's very similar to middle school grammar, but it's just more demonstrating a mastery of it, like applying the 8 parts of speech and the punctuation into different contexts and like distinguishing like the different purposes for different like punctuation. I don't know why I forgot the word for a second. Different punctuation. And you should start applying their understanding of like the 8 subjects into more practical settings. Like for high school would be like academics, like SAT, ACT, and applications into real life. Like I saw a resource that said when applying it to real life, the teacher would often try to use the 8 parts of speech when analyzing food. And activities with high level grammar, you can scramble a sentence and have the student like place each word properly to form like a functional sentence. You can match the beginning and the end of a sentence to follow like a given sentence model. And you can try filling in like, you can have a sentence that has like missing sections, and you can have the student come up with their like their own way to complete the sentence. Just it's not like matching, it's just like them filling it out.
Okay, so the reason we didn't include college grammar was because it's just really similar to high school. You can basically use the same thing for high school to college. So now we're going to go into breakout rooms. I believe they're already made. And in the breakout rooms, just go over a name, age, and which one you like better, burgers or hot dogs.
Okay, I just opened them. If your country is not there, it was probably because I forgot about it. So I'm really sorry. If it's not there, feel free to just join one of the empty ones, and then your country director will be there really soon. I see a chat. Will you post examples or worksheet examples of high to elementary to high grammar? Yes, we will. We will try to find resources for you. These are also on our curriculum and our website as well. Obviously, as time goes on, a lot more will be needed. So we will just be continuously adding to that. And if you guys cannot move to a room specifically, please message me or tell me verbally so I can move you into those rooms. All country reps will be checking in with you. So they will be like taking attendance and making sure your points are all in for the tutor ranking system. And then the curriculum is under our website, asianpassionprogram.org. If you go to resources, go to tutors, and then it requires a password. And all tutors here, the password is I like boba. So let me just lowercase, no space. Oh wait, do you guys not see the country numbers? Oh no, they're joining the breakout rooms. So like everyone is joining. Okay, wait. If you guys don't know how to join the breakout rooms, message me. I'm trying to move you guys right now. There's just a lot of you. Hold on, give me a second. All right. So reminders. Obviously fill out the tutor contract form if you haven't already. If you want to be a tutor, we require all of our tutors fill this out. It's just a simple contract on saying that you'll be committed and you'll be respectful. On behalf of our program, we do want our international friends to recognize us as a professional, and we want to be like known as good people, obviously. So please make sure to complete that form. You can either submit it, actually just kidding, don't submit it to Google Classroom because Google Classroom is going to hit the max, which is 1,000 people. And as our program expands, there won't be enough like space for the new tutors. So just email that to your country director, and country director emails, if you guys don't have them, we will be posting them in Discord. They're in Google Classroom right now. So we can also have the country directors put them in the chat right now. So all country directors, put your emails in the chats. There is no due date for the contract. You just need to finish it before your first tutoring meeting. So I guess there is a due date, but like not really. You just need to like get it done before you start tutoring. We'll just check you off, and then you can start right away after your first mentorship meeting, which for some of you is today. The Google Classroom code is Z6MNVY6. I don't know if it's full yet, but there should be a little bit more space left. If you submit it to Google Classroom, don't worry too much about it. I'll have Andrew just kind of like convert it over so we have you all checked off. And then it looks like this. Just make a copy of it, type in your email. So a lot of people were confused. The first line where it says principal email, that just means your email, which is your main email. And then the second reminder is we have an upcoming speaker. We have a lot of upcoming speaker series by tutors and just people in the program. So on 4-17, we have the Asian Hate Crimes in the US speaker series. May 1st, we have Distortion of Asia in Academic Classes. On the 15th, we have Racism Within Asia. And on the 22nd, we have Sexualization of East Asians. And these all count as volunteer hours. So if you guys want to sign up for to be a speaker on something important related to Asia, you can sign up for that. All the work and dedication, like making presentations and giving that presentation, those are all volunteer hours if you guys do need volunteer hours. They're also good for our program because we want to raise awareness, and it's a really good opportunity to share your passion or something important that is happening around us or in Asia. It has to be related to Asia though. So you can't do anything like, I mean, obviously we do support other current events that are happening in this world, but we wish that it could be focused more on Asia. Oh, Asia is also spelled wrong in the first bullet point. We can ignore that. That is it. If you guys do have any questions, please just type in the chat, email your country directors, or let me know verbally. And then I think I already typed the code, but I'm going to type it again because I just got another. By attending the meeting, you don't, because you aren't really, actually, you are kind of learning to get tutored. I wouldn't consider it just because this work is by the mentorship meeting. These are their volunteer hours. In our program, if you give a presentation, those count as your volunteer hours. But if you're participating in it, I feel like that is more of your dedication as a tutor. However, every time you do join a mentorship meeting, that does count as points. And for all the new tutors here who don't know, our point system is 1 to 10 points is a bronze tutor. Yeah, thank you so much. And then silver and then gold. And there are different benefits with them. And ultimately, if you reach like, I think it was 50 or 40, there is the diamond rank. And that's when we like give you like scholarships, a website profile, IG, shout outs, recognition, certificates, and etc. Scholarships is something we are kind of still determining because we are a new program and we are very much broke right now. Just kidding, we're not broke, but you know what I mean? So that is something we will still be working on. So if you guys, it's just to motivate you guys, you know, it's really cool. I would definitely like try to be dedicated as much as possible because there are a lot of fun things included and you just, overall, it's just a really good experience, to be honest. We will be hosting more Discord concerts in the future. So if you guys want to join, it is really, really fun. Trust me. And I got another question. Can we team up with another tutor and help them tutor their student if they ask for help? Even if the student isn't assigned to us, can we still tutor with another tutor? Yes, you totally can. We actually were going to make a group tutor form. So like if you and your friend want to tutor one person. However, before you do that, if you already have a student, please let them know and ask them for their consent before you do so, because our whole program is to offer them our service. How do you pronounce my name? Okay, my name is Ching Ching. It's like ka-ching, ka-ching, you know, like money. Okay, anyways, my name is Ching Ching. I know it's kind of like you'd either think it's Quing Quing or Ing Ing, but it is Ching Ching. And then I got another question. Do lesson preparations count as volunteer hours? Yes, they do. If you're preparing in your own time, those all count as volunteer hours. So yeah, and then, oh, my last name is Ouyang. So my full name is Ching Ching Ouyang. I got another question. Okay, so my Chinese name is Ouyang Qing Qing, and it means fresh grass or something like that. I don't really know. My first name is Ching Ching and last name is Ouyang. You guys are really interested. This is so funny. Okay, so I got another question. Do we fill out the volunteer hours every time we have a session, or can you do it at once? So I would recommend you do it like every time because we do ask for a date. It just is easier to prove like you did it, and we are like, it just makes it more verifiable for us. So do you have any idea when spots for Korean tutors will be open? My friend wants to join. So as you guys know, all of our bigger countries, so Korea, China, Japan, they're currently, I took them off the application just because we have overwhelming amount of tutors for those countries. And it's, although we are trying our best, there's just so many of you guys, like, it's a good thing though, it's a good thing, which makes it really like, we're really happy, but there's just too many people right now. And I don't want to overwhelm our country directors because they are working extremely hard. So right now we won't open them probably till like 1 to 2 to 3 months later, depending on how fast we're able to work through them. For now, I would probably suggest to apply for like a smaller country like Indonesia, Vietnam, or something like that, because we have a lot of open spots for that. And then how do you record your volunteer hours? So under our website and in our Google Classroom, we do have a Asian Passion Program PVSA form, Presidential Volunteer Service Award. You would just type in everything, your name, your date, the event, also like just everything about like your tutoring session. And then that will be entered into our spreadsheet. And that spreadsheet is also linked inside the form as well. I just had a voice crack. And then it summarizes all of your hours and we will be applying for that when the time comes. Thank you for liking my name. I have a really hard time with attendance at school because everyone pronounces it wrong, but thank you. And that is the end of our meeting today. Please stay after if you have any questions. Thank you for coming.